This is my reading reflection for David McCann at AOL Capital. He he was really cool. He only had 30 minutes to meet because I think he's just absolutely super busy. But I think he really respected that I wasn't afraid to reach out to someone who I had no clue who it was, had no connection to, um, and just try and talk to him. And I think he really appreciated that. So he made some time for me, which was really cool. Um, but we didn't even really talk about his time in private equity. We talked about what it's like to be an entrepreneur and what he's done, and what what it takes to be a good person and things like that. Um, so uh, he started out learning languages and economics, and then uh, worked at a couple of Domino's franchises and managing them, and then made the jump into um, kind of consulting. He had some money from the franchises, so he would buy shares of a company that was doing poorly, a private company, and then go in and turn them around, and then he would sell those shares. Um, it sounds like he was pretty successful doing that, and then he decided to get into mergers and acquisitions because he saw it was there was a lot of money for less work, um, and then decided to go back into what he was doing, but for public companies. And it sounded like he did some major turnarounds for 2 or 3 public companies, um, and met an investment banker, and they had enough capital, so they decided to start their own fund, um, which is pretty cool. So now he's the guy that you know he'll buy out the people that have turned the company around, which is pretty cool. Um, but he talked about being a successful entrepreneur is how you respond to the outcome of what you're doing. Um, it's not you can't just like a success. It's hard to measure success, but um, it matters more not if the business succeeds, but how you respond to whatever happens. And then he talked about OPE and OPM and balancing those. And OPE is other people's experiences, and OPM is other people's money. Um, he used to think it was all about other people's money, and kind of came to realize that experiences are really, really valuable. Um, he talked about following your passions. He talked about how the corporate route can give you tools and discipline that he maybe didn't have in the beginning. So that was pretty cool to hear, because I think that's what I might be doing. Um, he told me slow down, look at life, follow your passion, and then control and manage your fears are the things that he wishes he had done better. Um, so that was really cool to hear and talk to him, because he was a super smart dude, and he's done a lot. And I hope to stay in touch with him.